Clean, stand up! How's everybody doing on the So Fresh and So Clean beginning of the week? Hashtag Mellow Monday. You guys know how I'm rocking in 2017. Super Savage No Limit 2017. We have to kick it back to y'all with the education list. You guys thought I was gonna slack off with that? Thought wrong, man. I know, screw sus, but flight is the best teacher around this motherfucking planet. With that being said, bro, has it ever struck you that one day possibly as humans, bro, we are all gonna die? Like everybody in there, like anybody that's watching these videos, like everybody, we're gonna eventually die. Aww. And you know, I know it's sad, I know you don't want to think about it, but yeah, man, death happens, bro. And humans are eventually, supposedly what the government is saying, gonna get to a point where they're just gonna be completely extinct, just like how it was back in like 250 like BC and like, well, I mean, wasn't there human? I mean, let me just continue what the fuck I'm doing, because I should not be on that history shit, because I make myself look extremely dumb at the moment. But you guys already know, man, we have 10 things that will happen if humans go extinct. The thing that really hits me as well, when we all know we're eventually gonna be off this earth, who's gonna be next? Is the animals gonna take over? I mean, hey, bro, it's all, as long as Steph Curry's shoes are still on this earth, bro, that's all I fucking care about. But hey, as usual, the full video will be down below in the description by the richest. Once again, let's get it.
As far as science knows, the Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years.
That is a long ass
Humans
time,
have
dude.
called the Earth home for only 200,000 years.
And
so
a lot of you guys are probably like, nah, shit, 4.5 billion years? What did you think that was like yesterday? Because if you think about it, bro, the way like society is nowadays, and like literally disaster can strike at any given moment, not only with nature, but just as people alone, like it's just crazy just to see that like shit is still like here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just people sometimes, bro, in nature too. You can't explain to people that nature has the most definite effect.
If you are new to this channel, click that red subscribe
Click that red subscribe
button
button to the riches,
like
bruh.
this one. This is what would happen if humans vanished. After a few hours. If humans disappeared, it wouldn't take that long for the world to start feeling the effect.
What?
In
Bullshit.
merely hours, there could be shocking changes, and the planet as we know it would be forever changed. Since most power stations around the world work on fossil fuel produced by human-run power plants, power around the world would shut down. This means all of the lights and machines run by power plants would just stop working. The world would go almost dark.
Oh yeah! Duh!
This
I did not think about that shit. It took a minute to process in my head. I apologize. But that makes a lot of sense, because we have to remember that there's people right now as I'm speaking working at a motherfucking factory. Like, and if that factory, if nobody's behind that shit, certain shit can like all cause chaos. Like, I'm trying to think, like for example, like the power plants and shit, like the things that keep even the co-stars, for example, bro. If them niggas fall asleep, bro, some niggas from the other countries can catch us slipping, bro, and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Simple shit like that. That is what, you know, we take for granted every day, bro.
And windmills.
Windmills.
After a few days.
In
In 48 hours without proper maintenance, the windmills and solar panels that were still activated would soon shut down, and the planet would now officially be without any power. House pets would start to starve and suffer from dehydration from not being looked after by their owners.
Yeah, you could have easily
Most of
thought
the
that.
house pets and
That was
livestock would die because they will lack proper care and don't have the skills to live in a world without humans.
Definitely.
Metro stations and lines would start to flood because the pumps that keep them dry are run by humans, and they would no longer have anyone to operate them. After
course.
a few weeks. Because of their breeding and their lack of any physical advantages for wildlife survival, designer pets such as bulldogs and terriers would die out after a few weeks of humans vanishing. Big dogs will start forming packs in order to survive, and they will start hunting smaller animals.
Woo!
Domestic
Every last man
animals
for
would
himself.
also become a larger food source for the already existing wildlife.
Hell yeah.
Within a
Ooh.
few weeks, many animals contained in zoos or enclosures would be able to escape and become predators once again.
Woo!
After a month,
After
water
a
that
month.
helps cool nuclear power plants will have evaporated, causing devastating nuclear explosions.
Oh shit.
Millions of animals and wildlife will die from cancer caused by radiation from the explosions. Sewage drainage systems that rely on power plants will stop working, and rivers and lakes will fill with sewage backup. The sewage backup would kill off most wildlife that relies on rivers and lakes for their ecosystems.
It's a big-ass lake.
Chemical and natural gas plants would now start to have effects on the environment as chemicals get released into the atmosphere, and natural gas will start wildfires that last for days. After a year, if humans vanished after a year, the Earth would start rebuilding itself from the lack of human encroachment. Luckily, the Earth will be able to bounce back from all the nuclear, chemical, and natural gas disaster pretty quickly. Not surprisingly, all the substances that would have been recycled, like plastics and electronics, would now be found littered.
And you can bet and guarantee that pollution will be at its all-time fucking high. Like, it literally would be impossible to even ride a car without running over a couple heaps of garbage if like this was to somehow happen, my nigga. Like, it's so scary too.
A year after humans vanish, satellites will start falling from the sky, creating incredible spectacles that resemble a meteor shower. 25 years later, without humans mutating the genes of plants to make them larger and easier to grow, the plants on Earth would start to change. It would take 2 decades, but vegetation will start to revert back to their original state.
2 decades?
Plants would also have already taken over cities, and once popular streets and buildings will be covered in grass and trees.
In trees, yep.
With vegetation come the animals that rely on it as a food source.
Those are so beautiful.
Cities will now be riddled with
wildlife. Oh my gosh.
And
you can call me corny all you motherfucking want to, bro. Holy fucking shit. Hold on. Look how beautiful those mountains are, my nigga. You can't tell me you wouldn't want to take a dime out there, bro.
That rely
you
on
can't tell me you wouldn't take a dime piece out there, bro.
Cities will now be riddled with wildlife, and buildings and homes will start collapsing with no upkeep. Cities like Vegas and Dubai will revert back to their natural environment and will be covered by sand from the desert.
I forgot, Las Vegas. I think don't they got a desert?
Caused by humans, and the visibility in cities
or the
will
Grand Canyon shit, bro. I want to go to the Grand Canyon.
300 years
that
later,
has to be happening.
Animals now rule the world, and once endangered animals like elephants have been able to bounce back without threat from the ivory trade. Animals that were locked in zoos have now repopulated in foreign lands, and the distribution of animals around the world would be various. Lions and elephants that once called Africa home will now roam in what was once Manhattan. Large steel constructions such as bridges, buildings, and the Eiffel Tower will finally start to collapse due to corrosion. Marine animals would also start to thrive without humans, and the world's seas would be abundant with wildlife.
Hell yeah.
10,000 years
Wildlife
later,
will
all
blow
the
up.
cities and any indicators of human existence would be gone except for a few stone structures. 10,000 years after humans vanish, only the pyramids, Great Wall of China, and Mount Rushmore will survive.
One thing, I don't give a fuck who will run for president in the future and what they fucking say to make sure they can get in their ass into the fucking White House, bro. Never let a motherfucking man or a woman behind a desk tell you that they will fucking do some shit to knock out these 10,000-year-old monuments, my nigga. Like, this shit right here, bro, like, you are not gonna erase human history, bro. Like, they will look like idiots trying to take down shit like the Great Wall of fucking China, bro. Like, that shit was not built within a week, bro. Like, that shit was built within fucking like years on top of years, bro. Even shit like the little the president shit, I forgot what it's called, bro, but correct me if I'm wrong, you already know. Oh, Mount Rushmore, it says right on the bottom. Like, shit like that, bro, you're not gonna be able to change because, like, my nigga, you're gonna risk your life. Who the fuck would want to sit at home and be like, honey, I have to go and, you know, work on a monument, Mount Rushmore, bro. Like, it's only about like 100,000 feet in the air, and you know what I'm saying? If I cough on you, that might be my damn last. Like, bro, like, you're not gonna risk that shit. Like,
these stone
you have no
structures
worries,
have
people.
the potential to stand for hundreds
Especially like the
of
pyramids
thousands
in
of
Egypt,
years,
bruh.
and may be the only sign of human
build that
life
shit.
on this planet after we are gone.
I want to react to that shit. The Egypt
50
shit.
million years. The only thing that will survive after 50 million years without humans will be plastic.
Plastic. That's why they're so
Future
strict with
aliens that
polluting
come to our
plastic.
planet will be puzzled by the plastics they find in fossils. It would take our planet another 50 million years to rid itself of plastics and any mark that humans once occupied this world.
I try to make it a habit, but
Pretty
you know what I'm
crazy
saying? We're
to
not all
imagine.
perfect at the end of the day. You gotta recycle, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, 50 how much did they fucking say? How much did they fucking
Humans
say?
want
50 50 million fucking years. If I was to sit here and toss out all of my plastic bottles that I threw in the trash over the last 48 hours, it would take 50 billion years unless like some like landmine or some shit or some garbage truck comes and takes it and rips it apart, all that shit. It would take 50 million years, okay, for that shit to decompose in the earth. That's why a lot of people be so strict with the polluting. But hey, bro, did you guys learn anything from these 10 things that will happen when humans go extinct? Every one of these 10 things in this damn richest part was fuego fire, bro. This had to be probably one of the high-key top 3 most informative, richest episodes I've probably ever watched on this channel, because this just goes to show you what is gonna happen after the human life. And after the human life, do you think there might potentially be some shit like maybe like some like animal life, like acting like humans, but they can talk like them, if that makes any sense? I don't know what the world holds, bro. I wish I can live that long, bro. I'll be a unique. I feel like, hey, maybe I can be the first one to live 500 million years, bro. So you can call me Uncle Flight.
Asking where I want to meet, but I can't do that shit for free, nah. Brush your teeth, smoking out a half a